guys, my name's Chloe, otherwise known as Princess Aspian, and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than what you guys are used to. I mean, you guys are used to me like talking about the deep stuff, meaningful stuff, stuff that's important. I'm just going to be ranting about Disney today. I have been tagged in the Disney tag video. So basically this is a list of 16 questions, I think, and it's all Disney related things, whether it's Disney movies, Disneyland, Disney characters. Let's get started. Question number 1. A scene in a Disney movie that you wish that you could be part of. So anyone that knows me knows that I am so madly, deeply obsessed with Peter Pan. So if I could choose any Disney movie ever to have a scene that I'm involved in, would be where Peter Pan comes into my window and takes me off to Neverland, and I dream about that more often than I'd like to admit. Number 2. An unforgettable experience you've had at the Disney parks. I have been to Disneyland once, and that was the Disneyland in Hong Kong, and it was still the best day of my life ever. When we went to Disneyland in Hong Kong, all I wanted to do was meet Tinkerbell. And you know, I was expecting to be quite chill about it. Like, I was expecting to just be like, you know, walk up to her, get photos, and be like, hey, how you going? That was not the case. I saw her from a distance, and I cried a lot. I cried. So basically what happened, we were walking down Main Street and we turned a corner and I heard Tinkerbell's fluttery little beautiful pixie music, and I was like, that's it, this is it, this is it. I'm almost about to come face to face with her, this is just the best. I was just like, see you later fam, I'm gonna go meet Tinkerbell. So I ran to the line. I was standing there in line, smiling from ear to ear, crying. I'll insert a photo now so that you can actually see what my level of excitement was. It was insane. It was not normal. When it was my turn to go up and see her, I was crying even more. I went up and she hugged me, and it was just the best experience ever of my life. It was great. 10 out of 10, would recommend, would do it again. Number 3. What non-Disney song reminds you of Disney or the Disney parks? Honestly, anything that kind of like brings up happy, bubbly feelings reminds me of Disney, because that's like the epitome of happily, bubbly feelings. Any soft, pretty fairy music, any Celtic music, anything that kind of has that sort of like magical edge to it, instantly Disney thoughts. Number 4. When was the first time you went to a Disney park? So I've only ever been to a Disney park once, and this was the Disney park in Hong Kong when I was actually going to pick up my brother from Taiwan. So my brother is adopted, and we adopted him from Taiwan, I think it was about a year ago now, maybe 2 years. On the way to go pick him up, we had a detour to Hong Kong to go to Disneyland. We were there for a good 2 hours with hardly anyone else in the park. No lines for anything. It was amazing. There was no lines to see any of the characters. We made it extra special that day because obviously it was our first time ever in Disneyland, and it was a massive, massive thing for my family. So we stayed in the Disneyland hotel the night before. We had the Disney character breakfast that morning. It was amazing. Oh, the whole experience was just take me back. Number 5. If you could choose any Disney character to be your friend, who would it be? Honestly, I just want to be friends with all of them. Obviously, except for like Cruella and Ursula and stuff, because that wouldn't be the best friendship deal going on there. But anything like Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Anna, Ariel, Merida. Oh, I would love to be friends with Merida. Number 6. Who was your favorite Disney princess and why? I think my favorite Disney princess would have to be Princess Anna from Frozen. I feel like we both have that same silly, outgoing, kind of awkward thing going on. Number 7. What scene in any Disney movie makes you cry? I'm pretty sure there's going to be an extremely common answer with this tag, and I think everyone that has a heart would agree with me when I say that the scene in Lion King when Mufasa dies is the most traumatic thing I have ever experienced in my life. Simba's just sitting there with his dad, and he's like calling out for him, and he just doesn't know if he's gonna wake up, and oh my gosh, I'm just like, I'm literally about to cry again. Let's move on to a happier question. Number 8. What is your favorite Disney movie? My favorite Disney movie is Peter Pan, hands down, my favorite. I love it. I'm also extremely partial to Aristocats. I am so obsessed with that as well. Those 2 movies would be on loop when I was younger. I'm 18 and they're still on loop. They're still like the only 2 things I watched, to be honest with you. Number 9. Overrated Disney movie. I know a lot of people are going to be answering this saying Frozen's really overrated and too many people talk about it. You can see like in the background there, I am still madly obsessed with Frozen, and I will never let it go. But honestly, I couldn't honestly tell you a movie that I would think is overrated that's Disney, because I love them all, and I would watch them all on repeat every day of my life, and I'd be okay with that. that's what I do every day of my life anyway. Number 10. Underrated Disney movie. I have a couple for this. They might not actually be underrated, but they're just ones that I don't hear people talk about very much. The first one would be Aristocats. Also, all of the Winnie the Pooh ones between the ages of like 2 to 5. Winnie the Pooh's Grand Adventure was my favorite thing in the whole world, and I recently just rediscovered it, and I watched it a solid 7 times. Number 11. Favorite Disney song. This is really hard to answer because I am so obsessed with every single one of the Disney songs. If I had to pick a couple of songs though, the instrumental from the live action Peter Pan from I think it was 2001. I don't remember what the actual song is called, but it's one where he's taking Wendy out of the window for the first time to fly her off to Neverland. I am so obsessed with that piece of music, and I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something about it which is just so beautiful and so magical. I have that on a specific playlist, and I listen to it. It calms me down. I listen to it if I'm upset, if I'm nervous, if I'm stressed out, if I'm in a situation where I'm feeling overwhelmed with things. I just listen to that, and 3 seconds flat, I'm chill. It's such a good piece of music. I am so in love with it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to it right now. It's so beautiful, and you're not gonna regret it. It's perfect. I also am absolutely obsessed with Touch the Sky from Brave, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll quite often sing that when I'm riding my horses just to feel like Merida. When the cold winds are calling and the sky is clear and bright, misty mountains sing. Number 12, least favorite Disney song. I'm so in love with all of them. I genuinely don't think that Disney could possibly compose a bad piece of music. Number 13. I've given up with numbers because I don't have 13 fingers. Most memorable Disney villain. I personally really like Captain Hook, possibly because he's part of Peter Pan. I love how aggravated he gets because of this little kid. He's like chopped off his hand and fed it to a crocodile, and his entire life is now just dedicated to getting this kid back, who in return calls him a codfish for it. And I just think it's fantastic. It's such a great relationship. Wouldn't recommend it in real life. Don't. If you have a friend that tries to cut your hand off and feed it to a crocodile, probably best to get out of that. Number 14, favorite classic and favorite modern Disney. So my favorite classic Disney movie, of course, is Peter Pan, because that just wins everything. And my favorite modern Disney movie, I'm gonna go ahead and say Frozen. I don't care. I love it so much. Number 15, my favorite Disney score. My entire room is basically just a shrine that's just dedicated to Disney. But I'll show you my favorite thing ever. So that is my favorite Disney score. I love it so much. I do also have an entire Disney shelf which is full of just Disney stuff, which I tend to collect and hoard. I also have about 50 Disney teddies, which I am not ashamed to admit. I love them. Number 16, the final question. Your favorite Disney live action movie. I think it's not going to come as a surprise to anyone when I say that my favorite live action Disney movie is Peter Pan from 2001. This was the first Disney movie which opened my eyes to real people, I guess, in a sense. I mean, I guess flying isn't really real people. It has got the most phenomenal actors, the most phenomenal storyline, the most phenomenal soundtrack, which I still listen to on repeat every single day. I'm gonna stop now before I start freaking out about movies again. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and staying for this long to listen to me rant about Disney and cry about Disney. This has been a great journey to go on together, and I'm glad that our friendship has processed this far. I think what I'm meant to do now is tag people in this to get the video going more. I have no one to tag because I have no friends. Just kidding. But I don't know anyone to tag, so if you're watching this, I now tag you to do it. Just answer all the questions that I did. I'll put them in the drop box down below so you guys can all see the questions too. Show me your Disney tag videos. I would love to see everyone's responses. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!